Ephesians chapter 5, verse 17. Wherefore, be you not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. I want to give our praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash, forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. This lesson is going into major restraint, okay, that Yahawashi represented on the earth, man, when he was on the earth. He taught us in many stories how to control our spirit and be in restraint, man. Why? Because he understood what the will of the Lord is, man. Okay? The will of his Father, our Father, Yahawah. He understood the will. Okay? That's why he was able to restrain himself through the wisdom of knowing, man, of foreknowing. Okay? So let's read that again. Wherefore be you not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. So understanding what the will of the Lord is, that will give you the insight on how important it is to control yourself. Okay? It takes wisdom to do this. All right? Now from there, let's go to Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahawah. Right, man. When you are conformed to this world, man, your decision making is right when you feel it, man. Okay? Meaning, in other words, it's ran by emotion at the moment versus seeing in the future, versus seeing and discerning things, man, discerning spirits, discerning times. There's a time and a place for everything, and wisdom allows you to properly process that. Okay? To restrain yourself, man. All right? And like I said before, Yahawashi is a perfect example, man, of how to restrain yourself, because he was in so many different situations, man, life-threatening, very crucial, serious situations, and he still held his composure. Why? Because he thought about the will of the Father, not about his emotions. How mad is he at this moment? Okay, how he feels. He knew it was about Yahawah's will, and he was on the earth to do that. And now we are on the earth. Okay, if you believe you're a prophet, if you believe you're a man of the Lord, then you got to believe that you are on this earth to do the will, man. So we have to take after the example, man, of Yahawashi. Okay? Now from there, let's get into it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 26, starting at verse 47. And while he yet spake, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staffs, from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he, hold him fast. And forthwith he came to Yahawashi and said, Hail, master, and kissed him. And Yahawashi said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahawashi and took him. Now keep in mind, before this, Yahawashi already knew that Judas was going to betray him. Okay? He told the disciples that, man. Okay? Judas being one of them. Okay? He was a wicked one, but he was there at the table with them, man. Okay? So did Yahawashi get all emotional? You whole ass nigga, you betrayed. He didn't do that because he understood the will of Yahawah, man. So he kept his spirit in check. He restrained himself. Okay? See, these stories, man, we supposed to take this and apply it to our lives, man. Whatever situation we in, we think about Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi versus how mad we are or how betrayed we feel, man. Okay? Very perfect example. All right, let's keep reading. Verse 51. And behold, one of them which were with Yahawashi stretched out his hand, Peter. Okay, because this account is spoken about in John, I think. And I think Mark, if I'm not mistaken. And it mentions the same story, but it mentions Peter. Okay. So it says, and smote off his ear. Then said Yahawashi unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Right, man. Okay. Talking about being restrained. Okay. Restraining yourself, man. And thinking about Yahawah. Thinking about his will before you act and move off your emotion, man. Okay. Why? Because there's a time and place for everything. Okay. And speaking about us here on this earth right now doing the will, there is a time and place for everything. You have to know that. Okay. The scriptures are written for our learning. Verse 53. Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels? But how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be? Do you hear that, man? So he understood, like, look, man, I know the will of my Father, man. Okay, I could do that, but if I did that, how is it going to be fulfilled, man? I'm here on the earth to fulfill his will, man. And I'm teaching you to walk with me to do the same. So you have to calm down, Peter. Okay, stop being emotional, Peter. Okay, Yahawashi was always on Peter, man, because he was a head disciple. Okay, so he was teaching him how to be like him, and not just him, all the disciples, man. Okay, but Peter being the head, he was, on Peter a lot throughout the scriptures, man. Okay, so if he's teaching Peter to restrain himself and not get emotional, even in hostile moments, man, then something that's not even hostile as that, should you be able to control yourself? Okay, you're not walking around and a whole army coming against you. Okay, so you got to think about that. And if they do, police or whatever, in our life, then you have to restrain yourself, man, in whatever situation, man. It don't have to be police, just using that for example. Okay? Now, from there, let's go to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. Right, man. Slow to anger is better than the mighty, because you're slow to anger because Yahawah told you to wait upon me until I rise to the prey. And Yahawashi knew that. Okay? Like right now, we can't just go off and do crazy shit. Now we can. It'll be stupid. Okay? Because it could be our death. Okay? The spirit of Yahawashi could leave us from being stupid. Okay? So we got to be slow to anger. Why? Because we understand what the will of the Lord is. The people in the world that do not understand what the will of the Lord is, they're not slow to anger. Okay, because they don't understand the consequences and they don't see what's coming. We know what's coming. We know a promise, a kingdom of heaven is coming, salvation. And we understand that, hey, if Yahawashi be with me, who could be against me, man? It's his will, nobody else's. All right? You have to remember that. Now from there, let's go to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26. Be you angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Right, so you can be mad, okay? I'm sure Yahawashi inside was like, no good nigga. Speaking about Judas, But hey, be you angry and sin not, man. He didn't go against the will of Yahawah because he knew it was meant for him to get taken, man. We have to be the same way, man. You can be angry at wickedness and be angry at evil. You're supposed to hate evil, man. But at the same time, you can never let it slip of what the will of the Lord is. And if you keep your eyes single on that, man, you're able to control yourself a lot better, man. We make our mistakes. You're not going to be perfect. But I'm talking about in general form, man. You have your slip-ups, man, but come on, got to sharpen that up in the spirit, all right? Now, from there, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Right, man. A castaway because you couldn't control your spirit. Okay? A castaway because you didn't remember what the will of the Lord is, man. You went off emotion. Okay? A lot of times, if not all the time, when guys fall off, man, it's based off emotions and forgetting what the will of the Lord is, man. Okay? It's about what they want to do, how they feel, versus what Yahawashi feels. All right? Now from there, let's go to James chapter 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. Okay, so James is saying it right here, man. Slow to wrath. Okay? Slow to wrath. Always examine the situation, man. Okay, and use wisdom on how to move and how to deal with the situation. Okay, from the least to the worst situation. And all in between. From there, let's go to Proverbs chapter 4, verse 27. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Okay? Now, it speaks about your eye being single or your eye being evil. But if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. But if evil, it will be full of darkness. Okay? Single on what? On doing the will, man. Okay? So Any emotions and bullshit that goes on your head that gets you to go off and do stupid shit, that's darkness. That represents evil. Anything against the will of Yahawah is evil. Okay? Point blank, period. You can't get around it, man. Okay, so you remove your foot from that. You remove your foot from your own personal motives of emotions. And you suppress that. You be angry, but you say not. You don't move on it. Okay? That's restraining yourself. That's being under control. Like our big brother Yahawashi. Okay, like I keep saying. Okay, from there let's go to Proverbs chapter 29, verse 11. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards. Right, man. Time and place for everything. Control, control, control. You might want to say something at a certain point in time, but it might not be meant if you examine it, man. Okay, so a fool uttereth all his mind, man. Yahawashi didn't do that. Yahawashi was very, very critiqued, okay, in his own mind of how he said things, man. When he said things, what he said. He used wisdom the whole time, all right? He used wisdom, okay? And we got to follow that example, all right? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12, verse 16. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. Right, man. A fool's wrath is presently known, man. You might have a foolish thought, okay? You might want to fool out. You know, they say ball out. You might want to fool out, be like, nah, that ain't wise. Because we have our thoughts, man. Okay, our emotions. You pissed off about something or whatever, you know, but you cover that, man. You're like, Because if I move on that, shame on me. Because I'm sitting here saying I'm a prophet of the Lord. I'm a man of the Lord. Well, I got to act like it. I got to walk as the children of light, man. Okay, I got to show. I got to be example, man. Okay. But if you act like a fool, okay, and let it be known, then that's shame on you. Because you know better, man. At least you're supposed to know better. You read the scriptures, you read about Yahawashi, he didn't act like that. Okay? So you got to cover that shame, cover those foolish children-like thoughts, man, and become a man, the new man, the spiritual man. Okay? After Yahawashi. All right? Last scripture, let's go to Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Woo! Read that again. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Right, man. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, man. Okay, when you control your spirit, you control your tongue. You control how you move around in your life. All right? This is very, very, very important when it comes to this truth and growing, okay, and walking around and being protected by Yahawashi, man. Okay? You get rewarded for controlling your spirit, man. The angels around you, they see it. You in a situation, they testing you, see how you're going to react. And you control your spirit. You don't go off your emotions and your mind, man. You get rewarded for that, man. You get applauded for that. So work on that in the spirit, man. Because you can look back in the past, man, and see where you weren't so good at controlling yourself. Okay, when you could have, man. Just by thinking about the will of Yahawashi. Just like Yahawashi, man. In these moments, man, he only thought about the will, man. That's a special, special righteous spirit to have, man. A heavenly spirit. Okay? That's what it means by walking as the children of light, man. So I hope you were edified with this video. I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, for giving me the spirit to do this video. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, Akamat, that is doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.